many of you walk through the grocery store staring at the multiple options and have no idea where to start to eat healthy? Well, hold tight, because today we're going to talk about how to survive today's food jungle. Food is not what it used to be. Hello everyone, my name is Christy Grayson and I am the nutritional health coach at South Aurora in Natural Grocers. A little bit about me. I have a biology degree and I also have a master's in education. I came to love nutrition and sharing with others through my own health challenges and became passionate about learning more information and how to incorporate this information into my own personal life. That's what brought me to Natural Grocers, and that is what brings me here with you today. Before we get started, this class is not intended to diagnose, treat, or mitigate any disease. Dietary supplements and foods can interact with prescription medications. If you are taking a prescription medication, it is important that you become informed about the possible interactions. As a family-owned company, we are built on and operate from these 5 founding principles. One I would like to highlight is the highest quality standards. We will not carry anything with artificial preservatives, colorings, flavorings, or sweeteners. We do not carry irradiated foods, and we only have 100% USDA certified organic produce and naturally raised meats. So which foods work for you? It's really important that we avoid foods that are not right for us. No 2 people are the same. No one diet will work for everyone. Diet and nutrient needs may change over time depending on the seasons and depending on your current circumstances. Learn to listen to your body. Foods that are not right for you can cause digestive complaints like heartburn, gas, bloating, etc. Pain and inflammation like headaches, joint pain, allergies. Mood issues like irritability. Unbalanced energy like too little or too much sleep, sleep disturbances. Physical appearance complaints or weight issues. Even menstrual cycle concerns like PMS, cramps, bloating, and fatigue. So survival tip number 1 is to eat real food. For a majority in history, our ancestors ate leaves, roots, fruit, seeds, nuts, along with lean meats and healthy fats. We want to be sure to choose foods as close to how they appear in nature as possible. Think of processed foods as an example of an apple versus applesauce, or whole brown rice versus rice flour. Packaged meats that are okay would be meat, fish, poultry, veggies, bulk foods, and dairy. We want to choose foods without chemicals on them. We want to eat foods that you can imagine in their raw state or growing in nature. If it came from a plant, eat it. If it was made in a plant, don't eat it. We want to watch out for food with an exceptionally long shelf life. These natural foods are usually found around the perimeter of the grocery store. It usually eliminates the need for reading labels because they don't need them. We also want to be very mindful of not eating foods with artificial colors, flavors, sweeteners, hydrogenated and partially hydrogenated oils. So survival tip number 2 is to read those labels, especially the section on the other ingredients. If it has more than 5 to 10 ingredients, it's probably junk food, so you want to avoid those laundry list labels. Always check the serving size. Read the nutrition facts and the ingredient list. If you can't pronounce an ingredient, you might want to avoid it, except for those added vitamins and minerals. Understand the different names for sugar. And remember that those ingredient lists are in descending quantity, which means that the first ingredient listed has the most amount of that ingredient in the product, and the second has the least amount, and then it goes on from there. Now, trans fat only has to be listed in the nutrition facts if it has 0.5% and up. Otherwise, you might want to check the other ingredients. They should be listed in there as well. Survival tip number 3 is to focus on organic and non-GMO foods. According to the Environmental Working Group, the growing consensus among scientists is that small doses of pesticides and other chemicals can cause lasting damage to human health, especially during fetal development and early childhood. Scientists now know enough about the long-term consequences of ingesting these powerful chemicals to advise that we minimize our consumption of pesticides. But we also want to focus on making sure that we are not consuming genetically modified organisms, as they are an unknown factor in human health. Minimize the top GMO crops in your diet, which include soybeans, corn, and canola. Those two labels on the right, the USDA Organic and the Butterfly Non-GMO Project Verified, are two labels you want to become very familiar with looking at on your products. Remember that organic produce actually has an increased amount of phytonutrients than conventional produce. Phytonutrients have antioxidant activity in the body, supporting healthy inflammation, immune system, and protection against free radical damage. You want to know what your labels mean when you're looking at them. If it says 100% organic, it contains only organic produced ingredients. If it says organic, it must consist of at least 95% organic produced ingredients, excluding water and salt. The USDA seal can be on these packages. If it says made with organic ingredients, the processed products that contain at least 70% of organic ingredients can use this phrase. However, the USDA seal cannot be used on these products. Non-organic ingredients may not be genetically modified in this instance as well. Survival tip number 4 is to choose naturally raised animal products. Most of us imagine cows roaming the fields and eating grass, but have you ever heard of CAFOs, or concentrated animal feeding operations? Their goal? Meat manufacturer focusing on fattening an animal up as quickly as possible with the least amount of money. Ethics and well-being of the animal go right out the window. They have an increased omega-6 fatty acid profile, which leads to pro-inflammatory state of the body, animal byproducts, antibiotics, antibacterials, insecticides. GMO corn and soy diet are usually used in these conventional animal products. Did you know that about 70% of antibiotics in the US are used in animal agriculture because they require them in these conditions? Grass-fed meat has an increased profile of omega-3 fatty acids to help modulate inflammation, and they also have an increased nutrient profile. So when buying animal products, we want to eat animals that have themselves eaten well and are free of antibiotics and growth hormones. Here at Natural Grocers, we only sell naturally raised meats. This includes animals raised with access to pasture, never fed animal byproducts, or given growth promoters, and raised without antibiotics. Survival tip number 5 is to have a plan and prioritize. You want to make a meal plan. Prepare what you can ahead of time. Schedule time to prepare your food. Get kids involved in the meal prep. It just might increase their ability to try new things. Prioritize time for quality meals, and it doesn't have to take a long time. You can find recipes that are anywhere from 15 minutes, 30 to 45 minutes. If you plan ahead and prep ahead, even consider making extras so that you have some quick meals throughout the week that are ready to go. Survival tip number 6 is to eat seasonally. This ensures the highest nutrient content and the lowest prices. We have a distinct environmental season, and our diet should include what the season allows. Spring and summer foods are going to be your cooler foods, more raw, cleansing greens, and spring cleaning. Much more fresh produce is available during this time. Fall and winter foods are going to be the warmer, heartier foods. Think soup in the winter. Nice, warm, comforting foods. Survival tip number 7 is to eat fermented foods that have live and active probiotics that support gut health. Most cultures throughout history have had their own cultured foods. American diets may be missing the digestive and immune system benefits of these foods. You want to watch for yogurt and kefir that are high in sugar. Be sure to get full fat if you are going to do dairy and you tolerate it well. Make sure your fermented foods still have live and/or active cultures to gain the benefits of these foods. Fermented foods can support digestion, healthy bacterial balance, healthy elimination, and a healthy immune system. A huge part of our immune system is actually in our gut, so we really want to support that gut. Survival tip number 8 is to implement foundational supplements. Even when you eat a healthy diet, you probably also experience at least one of the following nutrient robbers: stress, coffee and caffeine, sugar, alcohol, chlorinated water, environmental pollution, exercise, grains unless they're soaked and sprouted, soy unless they're soaked and sprouted. Food loses nutrients between picking and eating and through cooking. More than 90% of Americans are deficient in some vitamin or mineral, says Mark Hyman, MD, founder and medical director of the Ultra Wellness Center in Massachusetts and author of the Ultra Mind Solution. Nutrients are the necessary components that drive all metabolic and biochemical processes in our body. Example, making energy, memory and learning, heart beating, nerve conduction, digestion, repair, and so on. The basic supplement program includes a multivitamin, which supports optimal health when good eating habits are in place. EPA-DHA, which most people would know as fish oil, although there are vegan options as well. Fish oils are high in omega-3 fats and help to balance the omega-6s already in our diet. Omega-3s support mental health, mood learning, memory, attention, sleep, healthy levels of inflammation, insulin and blood sugar stability, joint health, heart health, and prostate health. Magnesium is a cofactor for more than 300 biochemical reactions in the body. It is required for energy production. It's important for attention and focus, bone health, cardio health, blood sugar, brain function, stress and mood, and inflammation modulation. Lutein supports skin, eye, and brain health. And those super nutrients allow you to customize your foundational supplement program to achieve your specific health goals, depending on what those health goals might be. So survival tip number 9 is to strive for balance. Adopt simple changes and set realistic goals. Sometimes something as simple as eliminating soda can make a world of difference. Or, when you must eat fast food, only get a sandwich, no fries or a Coke. Pay attention to how your body feels. Listen to your body. Utilize the 80-20 principle. Don't become obsessed with always eating right. Try to eat well 80%, and if you have meals sometimes that aren't as healthy, say 20% of the time, the hope is that they won't have as much of an impact on your health. And parents, lead by example. Get your kids involved. Hopefully they're more apt to try new things in that manner and to get excited about it if they have some participation in it. You can even use the SMART goal setting on the right, and these stand for specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-based goals. Survival tip number 10 is to get active. We want to stay moving whenever possible. We want to get active, and even better if we can get outdoors. Your activity requirements should change often, like foods and seasons. A 20 to 30-minute walk every day or several times per week is a great place to start. Find things you're interested in and pursue them. If you feel like there isn't enough time, check your priorities. And the other thing is to keep moving. Sometimes we sit so much, so making sure that we're getting up, stretching, walking, even when we're at work, if we can get up and stretch. I want to sincerely thank you for watching Surviving Today's Food Jungle. Again, my name is Christy Grayson, and I'm the Innate and Nutritional Health Coach at South Aurora. In addition to this free class, I provide free coaching sessions and in-store resources. In fact, we have 3 weeks left in our virtual 4-week keto reset program that is absolutely free. Stop by our Tower and Hamden store to make an appointment or get more resources to support your health goals. Stay tuned for the next class entitled Stress Fighting Foods, set to post Saturday, February 6th. Thank you and have a great day.